Right, hello everyone. I'm here with Sarah Hayes, who goes by the stage name, shall I say, Tennyson's Twin. How are you doing?
I'm very well, Craig. Thank you very much for inviting me along to chat today. Great.
Not a problem, not a problem. We have sort of had an interview before, but I think it was, what was it, about a year ago or more, was it?
It was, yeah, exactly a year ago, I think. You're right.
Yeah, yeah. And I know, I mean, quite a bit's changed, especially over the last sort of 6 months. Um, so like, I'd like to ask you, sort of, how have you coped musically through the lockdown then?
Well, it's been sort of, good and bad, I'm guessing, really. So to start with, when we first had the lockdown initially, it meant cancelling some gigs that I had coming up that were, I'd been really looking forward to. So that was difficult, and that was quite stressful at the time because,
Yeah,
I remember at the time, do you cancel, don't you, before the lockdown had started. So that was quite a stressful time. And then going, once we were in lockdown, you think in theory you should have lots of time to write and come up with new material and things. But what I found was actually that great in theory, but having all my family home all day, every day, working from home, actually,
right.
I found that quite challenging because what it's taught me is that, for me to be creative, I do need my space and I need some, an empty house.
Right. Yes.
So so through the actual real serious lockdown, I actually didn't get a lot done. I was picking up my guitar and and doing that a bit of playing, but not really writing anything. And also, I
Okay.
think I've got a lot of friends who are songwriters as well, and I think a lot of them found the similar thing that actually it was kind of like the wrong energy, if you know what I mean.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Just for a lot of people. So
Yeah.
it was such a negative time and quite a
Right.
scary time, and so yeah,
Mm.
so then luckily when it lifted a bit and we could actually have contact with other human beings,
Yes.
then I found that I could get back working with my producer, Dan, and since then, we've been really working on a lot of new material,
Okay.
and it's been great. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So I was going to ask you actually. So what sort of projects are you actually working on then now?
Well, I was actually, when I last spoke to you, I had a new album that was going to be launched in sort of the beginning of the last year,
Yes.
earlier this year rather,
Yes.
and actually I put it on hold
Okay.
because of everything that was going on. So I didn't actually release it. So that's about to be released now. So hopefully,
Right.
I've got a single that's going to come out in the next week or two, and then hopefully the
Okay.
album will be by the end of the month. That's the plan now.
Okay.
Because I was waiting to see what was happening, whether there was going to be able to do any, launch gigs or anything. And we've decided
Yeah.
just to go with it as it is. So I've got that one that's still to come out, and then
Okay.
we've got another uh, album that we've nearly finishing actually with, so that there'll be quite a lot of material to follow on, and also working on an EP that will be an acoustic EP.
Blimey.
So
Okay. So
lots of
that's
things in the
good.
pipeline, just haven't got
Yeah.
anything out there yet. So watch
So I
this
think
space.
wasn't it? I think the one of the albums you gave me was it
Yeah.
called Tall Tales or Tall Sales and
Yeah,
Broken
Tall
Glass?
Tales and Broken Glass. That's the one that I held off actually putting out at the time.
Okay. I
So
mean, I mean, I'm lucky because I've had the chance to listen to it, and to be honest, I think it's a brilliant album, absolutely brilliant.
oh, thank you.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
lovely. Thank you very much.
And I'm trying to sort of, because I've looked at your bio and you say, you sort of come from a folky background, that sort of stuff. But a few of the tracks on that, yeah, I sort of get this feeling of it's you could almost be on stage in a musical type performance. Do you know what I mean? Like a West End or a type, because your voice, I mean, your voice is phenomenal. So
Oh, thank you.
it's all
Wow. Well,
right.
that's
No, no,
great to
no.
say. Thank you
Yeah,
so much. Okay.
it is brilliant. So what's the EP? Any
Well,
name for that?
well, the not yet. No, we haven't
Okay.
yet. It'll be the EP will probably be acoustic versions of some of the tracks that was on the Tall Tales album, because actually what we found was as we've working with Dan Cole is my producer in Penryn, and working with him, who's got a rock background.
Okay.
We've sort of come together and created quite a big sound, actually. You know,
Yeah,
lots
definitely.
going on those tracks,
Yeah,
lots of layers of different sounds.
Fantastic.
And so yeah, and again, the new album that we're working on is even more so. It's been great. But we thought, because actually when I go out live, it's usually either me on my own or with a duo or even trio if my daughter's singing with me.
Right.
Then we wanted to come back and have a version that's more like the smaller sound that we do as well. So, and a bit more folky probably as well, because the album's sort of it's definitely not folk, but I'm folk influenced, I would say.
Okay.
So yeah.
What part of your it's brilliant. What part of your music process, your writing process, or actually the whole thing of it, do you find more challenging? Some parts of it more than others, but which.
I don't know, challenging. I just find it really exciting. I love writing. The album now is mostly a co-write with Dan, and he comes up quite often with maybe a music line, and I'll put a lyric to it or something like that. So that's been really nice, having someone else to work with and get ideas, create ideas with. That's been great. But no, I love recording. I love that process. I know a lot of people don't, but I just find we sort of are working as we're recording, so we don't necessarily always have a fixed idea. We'll just think, oh, well, let's try this, and then we'll put that on. And things grow then. So that I absolutely love that process.
Brilliant.
So probably for me personally, it's the challenge is probably more the live performances, because I love performing live, but I've always been really a singer. That's my primary thing. So for me, the challenge is more when I'm having to sing and play either the piano or the guitar. So that's probably for me the challenge. But I enjoy doing it. But I know it's something that I've really got to still keep working on that one. Yeah.
Brilliant. So what music are you actually listening to now? Generally, what has been?
Oh wow, God, I should be listening to more stuff actually. I'm trying to think. There's a couple of well, there's one particular band that I've been really listening to a lot, who are a West Country band from actually from Exeter.
Okay.
And that's Velvet and Stone. So I don't know if you know, they have been down here performing, but I've been listening to. They've had a new album out, and Lara, the singer, her voice is absolutely just beautiful. So I'm very envious of her. She's great. So that's one sort of band that I've particularly been listening to at the moment. Yeah.
Lovely, brilliant. So I've basically what I'm doing on this YouTube channel is asking for 2 or 3 tracks. So if you've got videos up on YouTube?
I haven't yet. I'll tell you what though. I did a video that's great. I'm really pleased with it. For the first single that will be off the album, and the single's called Mind Games, and we've got this great video that goes with that. I did it with Fionn Crowe, who's down in Helston. He's a filmmaker down there. And we spent a whole day filming it, and so that I can let you have that as an exclusive and put that out.
That'll be fantastic, and I shall put it up against this interview, obviously. But that's brilliant. I think you've probably got a few from Time Traveller up there, maybe. I think.
Do you know, I haven't done a lot of videos, Craig. So I'm sure we can. I'll find something that you can put up for Time Traveller. I will get something up there for you.
Okay, that's lovely. That's brilliant. So, random question. What's the best bit of advice you've been given, either about music or generally?
Oh, what a shocking question! What's the best bit of advice I've been given? Oh my goodness me. Just keep at it, basically, because I find, especially as a solo artist, it can be it's very up and down. You have highs, but you have lows. And especially when seeing, I know a lot of musicians who have been putting out maybe, live streams and things like that, which I actually haven't had the nerve to do yet. I should be doing that. And so you can get quite disheartened when you see, everyone seemingly doing great stuff and getting lots of followers and things. So yeah, but it mustn't let you put you off as an artist. You just keep at it, and just do what you want to do. Yeah.
Fantastic, absolutely brilliant. So where are you going to put your new albums? How can people find them?
Well, as soon as they go out, it will be on Spotify and iPlayer and the usual things. I've got a website and a Facebook page. Actually, I'm more often on the Facebook page. So any news of when they'll be out will be on my Facebook page.
Okay.
Tennysons Twin. Yeah.
Tennysons Twin.
Yeah.
So I can't remember. Did I ask you in the first interview as to why Tennysons Twin?
No, you didn't. I don't think, actually.
Wow.
The reason for that is that as a lyricist, I would say particularly, I kind of had a thing about poetry. I love poetry and the romantic poets and Wordsworth, Tennyson, all of these people. And Tennyson particularly, when I was a teenager, we were studying a Tennyson poem, and it was the first time that I felt I could really relate to this particular poem.
Okay.
And it was The Lady of Shalott was that poem, and I could really relate to that idea of, it was about a woman who's looking at the world through a mirror, and if she looks directly at the world, the mirror cracks. And very famous poem, very famous story. But I could somehow relate to that of not looking directly at the world, but through the mirror. And so when I came to kind of thinking about performing and everything in public, I sort of went back to those poems, and also the artwork, the pre-Raphaelite art. I love that. That's a lot of it goes with this. So, and I thought, okay, well, if I can ever be as good a lyricist as Tennyson and any of them, then that's something to aim for. So there you go.
Fantastic. I mean, I'd say the some of the tracks on the new album you've got coming out, some of the stories that go through the tracks, they are very good. Very, it does take you somewhere.
So. Brilliant. Okay. Well, I'm also professionally, I'm a historian. Actually, I was an academic historian, and so again, I like that historical sort of feel. I think because that going through some of the songs.
Yes.
Yeah. So
brilliant. So do you think there will be a Tennyson's Twin gig after, well, let's say Christmas time?
It won't be until the new year. I hope so, Craig. Before lockdown, I was actually due to do some gigs with a couple of other songwriters, who are Greg Hancock from Devon and Alex Seal, who's from London, and we've performed together before, and we had to cancel those. So hopefully they'll be up again. I'll get the chance to perform with those two because they're great songwriters as well. Yeah. So that's something I hope will be next year. And then I've got to get some gigs organised and get out there and performing. Yeah, get back on the horse.
That's the one. Well, I'm looking forward to the like I say, I've heard the album, but I'm looking forward to the EP.
Great. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for giving me your time, Sarah.
No problem. It's been a real pleasure talking to you again.
Yeah. Look after yourself during this next phase of the lockdown and all that business.
Yeah.
All right. Nice to chat.
Okay. Take care then, Craig. Thanks.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.